Welcome to the Explainer. There is a major, and I mean potentially historic, winter storm brewing. So for the next few minutes, we're going to give you the essential, step-by-step guide to keep you and your loved ones safe. Let's jump right in.
So forecasters are tracking a really significant system. And what makes this one so dangerous isn't just the snow, it's the mix. We're talking heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain. That combination, especially the ice, is what leads to those long drawn-out power outages and makes getting around pretty much impossible. This is why getting ready now is absolutely crucial.
Here's our game plan. We've broken it down into 6 simple parts. First, we'll get a handle on the scale of this thing, and it's real dangerous. Then, we'll walk you through 4 key steps, from knowing the official lingo to what you need to be doing when the storm is actually happening.
Okay, let's get one thing straight right off the bat. This is not your typical snow day. Not even close. The sheer size and intensity of this storm are exactly why you're seeing meteorologists and emergency officials on such high alert.
To really understand what we could be facing, just look at the impact of a similar storm from the past. Over 100 fatalities, more than 1 million homes without power, and temperatures so low they're literally life-threatening. This is why preparing isn't just a suggestion, it is your absolute best defense.
You know, it's really easy to just focus on how many inches of snow we're going to get. But the biggest threats with this storm are actually a lot more complex. So, let's break down what really makes it so dangerous.
So what are we really up against? It's so important to know the specific hazards to be ready for, because it's the combination of all these things happening at once that creates such a high-risk situation.
Think of it as a triple threat. First, there's freezing rain. That's the really nasty stuff that freezes the second it hits the surface, coating everything in a heavy sheet of ice. That's what snaps tree branches and takes down power lines. Then you add in the extreme bone-chilling cold in piles of heavy snow, and you've got the perfect recipe for a serious emergency.
And this right here, this slide really drives home the danger of that wind chill. Just look at this. At 0 degrees, which is already plenty cold, a 20-mile-per-hour wind makes it feel like -39. That's a temperature where any exposed skin can get frostbite in just a few minutes. This is not just about feeling cold. This is a genuinely life-threatening condition.
And here's a danger that we often forget about: the sheer weight of all that heavy, wet snow. Your roof could be under incredible stress, so you need to use your ears. Are you hearing any strange popping or cracking sounds? Check your doors and windows. Do they suddenly stick or not close properly? If you notice any of these signs, don't second guess it. Get everyone out of the building immediately. Okay, so we understand the dangers. Now let's talk about the official alerts you're going to be hearing. Knowing what these terms actually mean is critical, because each one is your cue to take a specific action.
This is so simple, but it's absolutely vital. An advisory just means, hey, be aware, be cautious. A watch, though, that's your starting gun. That means get your preparations going right now. But a warning, that means the storm is imminent. It's happening. At that point, your time to prepare is over. You need to be in a safe place and just stay put.
All right, so let's say a watch has been issued. This is where we turn those alerts into real action, by getting our homes ready and making sure our emergency supplies are all set.
The very first thing you need to focus on is your emergency kit. The goal is to be totally self-sufficient for several days, because you might lose power and you probably won't be able to get to a store.
So here are the absolute essentials. Non-perishable food, and please don't forget a manual can opener. Your electric one won't work. You need water, about 1 gallon per person per day. Flashlights with lots of extra batteries, power banks for your phones, and critically, a multi-day supply of any prescription meds you need, plus anything for your pets or for babies.
Okay, kit's ready. Now let's talk about your home. A few simple steps right now can prevent a disaster like burst pipes and will help you stay safe and warm even if the power goes out.
Here's your 4-step checklist. 1. Charge everything. Phones, laptops, power banks, get them all to 100%. 2. To stop your pipes from freezing, let your faucets drip just a tiny bit. A slow, steady drip is all you need. 3. If you can do it safely before the storm hits, trim back any weak branches that are hanging over your house. And 4, this one's important. If you lose power, unplug your big electronics to protect them from a power surge when it comes back on.
Now, beyond your home, this storm is going to cause some major disruptions to everyday life. And the number one concern here is going to be travel.
I really want you to listen to this quote from the National Weather Service. Travel could be very difficult to impossible.
and travel should be restricted to emergencies only. When officials use this kind of language, they're not just making suggestions. They are being deadly serious. The single most important thing you can do for your safety is to stay off the roads, period.
You really have to plan for a complete shutdown. We're talking flight cancellations, road closures, schools and offices shutting down. So make your plans now, especially if you need childcare, and stay glued to updates from your local officials.
So, once the storm actually arrives, your prep phase is officially over. Your priority shifts completely to one thing: staying safe and warm until it all passes.
Here is your final checklist for when you're in the thick of it. Stay inside and dress in warm layers. Please never use a gas stove, an oven, or a charcoal grill to heat your home. That creates a deadly risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Assume any downed power lines are live and stay far, far away from them. And finally, if it's safe to do so, check on your family and your neighbors, especially anyone who might be vulnerable.
By taking these steps before the storm hits, you will be prepared to handle whatever comes your way. Just remember the key takeaways. Get your home and your kit ready, know what the alerts mean, and once the storm arrives, just stay home. Stay safe, stay warm, and stay off the roads.